morning, you guys. How are you? I know I look terrible, but I had such a rough night. It is day 2 of my fast, which means I will be concluding this tomorrow morning. And yesterday was really tough, I'm not gonna lie to you. But to preface this, honestly, I have been preparing for this for a minute, but right now, I did not anticipate, day 1, and I'm so happy that I was able to do it. I'm not gonna lie to you, I did not do this on my own. I do strongly feel, and I know that I had my spirit guides, I had God with me. I know how this may sound, but if you don't know, you don't know. If you know, you know, I guess. If you're a member of the tribe, then you know. It's not easy. It's far from easy sometimes. Of course, sometimes it's much easier to do this, but yesterday was very tough. It was very, very tough for me to just conclude the whole day with nothing. At a point, I wanted to have soup, right? Like on my way back from work, because if you know anything, I work in New York City, so it's like food everywhere, people everywhere, and then I'm working too, and then people are having lunch, people are like, there's food everywhere, and there's work to be done. And I got off work super late yesterday. I left the office past 9 o'clock. It was very tough. I was exhausted. I wanted a little picker-upper. I wanted a little bit of like some soup, or at one point I was like, screw this, I'll just have a slice of pizza. I went over to the pizza store just to have a slice. It was closed. I knew Spirit was with me. That store had never closed at that time. I was just so blessed to be able to really push forward, because if not, I would have done basically an intermittent as opposed to a full day fast, which would have thrown me off. And I'm so glad that Spirit has been with me. It is a sign that I need to keep going today, and I'll be completely fine, and I'm not alone, and my guides are with me. And so I will be doing a lot of mental meditation today. I look forward to it. I didn't want to do a scale check at all, because I know my body's feeling happy, that it's feeling happy. I can see when my body is shrinking. I can feel when the fat and the toxins are being flushed. I can always feel that, so I don't need to scale for that. But I have dropped 2 pounds today, and I'm like, okay, that's wonderful. But this is beyond that. This is manifestation. This is actual cleansing my body of the nonsense. So a natural effect is, of course, I'm going to lose something. So I guess the scale is there to encourage you guys as well, that you're going to lose some pounds. Some of it is going to be water, and the longer you stick with this, it's going to burn the fat. It's like natural and normal. I don't advise you guys to do this, because I don't know the what this would do to your body. Every single body is engineered in its unique way. What I do will work wonders for me and will probably make you faint, vice versa. But I am going to, tomorrow night, since tomorrow is going to be my last day, I'm going to do an actual magnesium flush, just to take up any crap, desodium, any water retention, anything, just to flush everything off. And then tomorrow I will be completed with my 2-day fast. I'm very excited. Very, very, very excited. So I experience this sometimes where
I get bloated during my fasting. And I think there are a lot of people who go through this, right? Usually it's common with people who have IBS, that's irritable bowel syndrome, or have some sort of gastrointestinal problems or digestion issues, usually based on the food that we consume and whatnot. So there also needs to be a balance. So you can't have a stomach that is too acidic or a stomach that is way too alkaline. It absolutely has to be balanced, and the way to achieve this is to eat mindfully and to eat very clean. I also exercise a little bit. I had the time to stretch and exercise a little bit, hence why I'm sweating.
Hi! So I just took a shower not long ago. I'm sure you can tell from how wet my hair is. This is really like my wash and go whatnot. But yeah, so I actually got a chance to work out, as you can see from this sweaty video right here. I have so much energy, which is like so strange. I don't like saying I'm not hungry until like I'm really actually done, then I can give you guys a full, shebang about how I was feeling the whole day, because usually when I say I'm not hungry, then I get hungry. I don't want that to happen. But I'm headed out to work now. Wish me luck, you guys. I'm sure I'm going to do just fine, because I know I'm not by myself. I have my spirit guides, and so I'll just be meditating. I'll have like a walking meditation throughout, right? And I'll be reading my books. I have some really good books lined up. So on my commute to work, I'll be reading those. Once I get to work, I do have another meeting. Wednesday is my meeting day. I have meetings back to back to back. I have some planning, content, and marketing plans to do. So yeah, that's the sound of my Uber, if you didn't hear it. I'll see you guys when I get back. Bye.
It's day 3, and it's actually been over 48 hours to be frank, but I just wanted to give you guys a look at what an approximately 48-hour fast is going to look like. Clearly, this was about 50 something hours, right? So it is about 6:30, and I'm at the airport, all checked in, waiting for my flight in to Mexico, and I'm going to be breaking my fast. So I order whatever I could find on the menu that's clean and that would allow me to break my fast well. I got an avocado egg sandwich with some potatoes. I ate only one half of the bread. I couldn't finish the other half, so I just flipped that out. I also had some coffee and chocolate and a tall glass of hot water and lemon. So ideally I won't have much carbs. Like I would definitely not have bread and the potatoes, but I got what I could get really quickly before my flight. In essence, I would probably have eggs with avocado and maybe like some potatoes, but I will not be combining potato and bread together. But it was a good breakfast. I did not feel full at all. I felt great. I felt happy. And I think this was a good way to quickly break my fast. As we take off, we're presented with some snacks. I was excited to have a bottle of water. I got some crackers as well, so I saved those for later during the trip. But I was definitely very excited to have enough water with me because it helps just lift my energy levels. One thing I would like to explain to you guys is During this entire process, I wasn't hungry. I'm not going to lie to you. I could definitely go another day, but I planned for 48 hours and that was it. There is, a huge difference between hunger and your mouth just feeling lonely and your actual emotions triggering you to consume something. It could be a book, it could be television, it could be food. So you can get an immediate satisfaction, and food chewing and eating is so incredibly satisfying, right? And so it's easier to consume food for that emotional stability that you're seeking, that you are basically not doing the work yourself because it's difficult. So it's easier to just eat and feel good and keep it moving. How did I realize that? I noticed that, yes, I was not hungry throughout the process. I literally was not feeling for food. I just felt my mouth was lonely. Because at no point did my stomach actually hurt me terribly. At no point did I actual feel hunger. I just felt like I wanted to put food in my mouth. But actual hunger, I did not feel for 48 hours. So I definitely believe that I could have gone, 4 more days, at least 4 days without hunger. And after that, maybe feel hungry. So this myth of the fact that human beings should be eating 3 times a day, I now know that that's completely false. I think once a day is actually a lot and it's rich and healthy, at least for an adult. I experienced some incredible chemical and spiritual occurrences while on fast. First off, incredible clarity of mind. I cannot explain to you how clear my mind was. It was incredibly clear. Another thing is I found myself crying a lot and being grateful for being alive, and just crying and crying and crying a lot. And because you don't have a band-aid, so to speak, of food to just help you deal with your emotions, whatever it is, even subconsciously, you now have to fully live with them and address them. And the mind amplifies every thought process. So that discipline that allows you to enjoy and actually live with your full thought and all your senses heightened without feeding it and band-aiding all your emotions, both the ones you welcome and not welcome, with food, you are just more aware, more sensitive, and you just feel every single thing. I felt everything. I'm sure my experience could be even more heightened, but based on just this 48 hours, I felt a lot. I cried a lot. I kept crying on the plane, sometimes sobbing uncontrollably, but trying, of course, not whimpering and not making sounds. Just the tears just kept flowing out, and I was just grateful and incredibly happy and emotional at the same time, but it felt good, it felt welcomed, and it's just a wonderful state to be in. You experience much more of life. You actually live a lot more when you're not consuming food constantly, when you're giving your stomach a break so that your mind can actually expand into beautiful places that you probably have never explored within your mind or within yourself before.
Ladies and gentlemen, again, you need to stay seated, please. Siéntese, por favor, until the aircraft has been brought to a complete and safe stop. The captain's going to let us know, okay? So stay seated. You can use your cell phones right now while we're taxiing. I want to let you know that the new
I am incredibly excited. We made it. We touched down. We are finally in Mexico. I am elated. I am definitely exhausted, but I can't wait to grab all my bags, get into the car, and just here in the bus, the warm air makes me so happy. The sun on my skin, I just feel light in spirit. I'm observing my environment. I'm looking around and looking at the businesses and the landscape and the beautiful palm trees. And I'm just excited about this trip, and I'm even more excited to share the magical gems I brought from Mexico. All right, come along. It's going to be a very fun journey and a very fun series. This Mexico series might give the Jamaica series a run for its money. Please do not forget to subscribe. If you're not a member, you can join our channel for 99 cents all the way to $2.99. So it's super affordable to get exclusive content. And if you want very, very personal content as well on subjects that are a little bit too taboo for YouTube, you would definitely find that on our Patreon as well.